football and say, hey, we want to run it. It's great to say, and I know you want to, but if you're not built to do it, in other words, the Pittsburgh Steelers can be patient running it because they are very good at picking up third downs, short passes, a mobile quarterback who can break some tackles. I don't know if the Dolphins are built that way right now.
Second down, and here comes Brown. Brown gets away, gets the corner, inside the 10 and diving. Oh, they're going to rule him out back at the 12. That's Eric Coleman he made the cut on. And Darian Barnes is fullback through a huge block for 26.
Well, that time they got really good blocking on the outside. Darian Barnes, oh, that is...
Sealed it.
Sealed it is, right. There was a kick out by Randy McMichael. Darian Barnes gets it inside. Here comes the block. Gets Eric Barton. And then Ronnie Brown that time, given space, able to get around Eric Coleman.
Good call, too. He did clearly step out at the 12. He takes a breather. Sammy Morris is in. That's the longest play of the game for either side, 26 yards. Morris pounded at the 10 by Eric Barton, hit first by Thomas. His first play, in fact, of the game for either side that went for at least 20 yards. A little holding hands for a moment there.
I'll tell you what, Jim, I've seen it more this year than just about ever. Straight arms by the running backs, just knocking defensive backs out of the way and getting extra yards. Even straight arming linebackers and getting away from them. Jim Brown would be proud.
Brown is back in. Rhodes encourages the crowd. 2nd and 8, and Ronnie Brown. And still pedaling and going. Look at this. Look at the pile. He's going to get the first down by the end of this. Got one spot about a yard shy, and another line judge now was near the first down yards. Now they're going to put it back at the 4.
There were a lot of players involved there, but you know, until it is stopped, forward progress, they kept moving the pile. That's why the officials did not blow the whistle. Contact is made. Now watch.
Keeps driving and driving and driving. Look at Barton trying to decide, should I reach in? He was turned around initially. 3rd down and 2. Over 100 now for Brown. 3rd time on his career. He got it on the big gainer. Now needing the first. And he is knocked back right before he got to the yardage. Hit by Velma. And also Robertson.
I do like the play the Dolphins ran. They faked like they were going left, and Ronnie Brown did not follow the lead blocker. He went to the right. Jonathan Velma, number 51. Oh, he goes to his right and then decide. Just that little indecision allows Ronnie Brown to pick up about 1.5 yards. And that's all it's meant to do.
We're going to have a measurement, and then I don't think he has it, but if they're short, what do you do?
I go for it.
Another good half yard, almost a full yard shy.
Well, you're right. 1 yard. I thought it was going to be about a foot short.
So they're going to bring out Olindo Mare.
And this is the decision you have to make here. You know, Nick Saban, get 3 points, and you just see how the game goes. Another field goal, of course, could tie you up. But if you go for it, don't make it. Now you're going to put yourself in a situation where you don't want to. You have to go for the touchdown.
Out of the hold of Jones. John Denny to snap it back 21 yards. Executes it, and the Fish with their first points of the game. 6-3.
Nurofen. Fast, targeted relief for pain.
Freedom for backs. New heat patches from Nurofen.
As well as being a thirst-quenching soft drink,
Yes, that's right, Dave.
a Sprite is also a sort of goblin. This Sprite is not so refreshing at a festival. And it definitely hasn't got any taste.
Here we go! Right and left and right and right, left and right and right and left.
Try new Sprite Z. Great Sprite taste, 0 added sugar.
5'9" Steve Smith has emerged as the NFL's premier scoring threat. Don't believe me? He'll tell you.
If you say this ugly face, that means I scored.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to tell you about Steve Smith.
Steve Smith touchdown.
Taking candy from a baby. I know somebody better pour water on that man.
Talk about a game-changing player.
You see me again.
Well, this quarter, the two teams combining for 91 rush yards. Washington helping drive the Jets down for a field goal. Ronnie Brown coming back. Dolphins breaking down just inside the 5, settling for a Moreeeee kick. And now Miller, who's already returned one this year. 103-yard return against Indianapolis, a Jets record. Will take it at the 6. Ball comes out and right back into his arms. Whoa.
Sometimes when you run so hard and give second efforts, you have to be careful. Defenders will always try to knock it out.
Next Saturday, John Parker Wilson and the Bama Crimson Tide roll into Rocky Top. Take on Eric Ainge in Tennessee. It all begins with Tim Brando and Spencer Tillman. On the TIAA Craft College Football Today, Vern Lundquist. Gary Danielson will have the call. Alabama, Tennessee, next Saturday on CBS. Good to see Archie Manning in the studio yesterday, delivering his insights. There's Pennington. Hitting Cotchery, his first catch of the game.
Chad Pennington has done this a lot today, and so have the New York Jets. Did you notice Cotchery was right behind the other receiver, and that way when he gets off the line of scrimmage, the defenders are not close. Chad Pennington can throw it to him quick, and they pick up 6 or 7 yards.
Eddie Jackson is out there. There he is, number 20 for Miami, as Goodman remains out with a shoulder. Second down, 4. Open is Coles. He has it at the 30, and it's a foot race. Coles is not going to be caught. Touchdown, Jets. And he ran away from the aforementioned Eddie Jackson.
That was a very good counter by the New York Jets. It's the blitz. They've been running short routes all day long, and they timed it up perfectly. Nice fake inside by Lavernius Coles. It gets the defensive back. Chad Pennington looks it off, so no defender can come over and help as he throws the football for the touchdown.
PAT is good. Jets lead by 10. Coles with his second touchdown catch of the season and a season-long grab. Jets move in front 13-3.
You can't wrap them up against allergies, but you can treat almost every allergic reaction with Piriton.
It's no fun when you can't sleep. Time seems to stand still. You just can't switch off. And it feels like you're the only one. But you don't have to put up with it. Nitol can help you drift off into a natural sleep. So you wake up refreshed in the morning. Good mornings follow a good night all.
Some people think the internet is a bad thing, a place for mankind to exercise its darkest desires. An open market where you can buy anything you want. Somewhere that is destroying the last of our privacy. Some people think the internet is a bad thing. What do you think?
Hi, I'm Tim McCarver, inviting you to watch my show exclusively here on NASN, Europe's #1 channel for North American sports. Please tune in each week as I interview the biggest stars and sports legends. Don't miss Chevrolet's Tim McCarver Show right here on NASN.
Over and make the tackle as he completes the pass. And when you are a blitzing team, and that's what the Miami Dolphins are, watch Chad Pennington look it off. This is really important because it stops anybody from helping out once you have fooled them. But when you're going to blitz, you got to accept there's going to be penalties you're going to get called on you, and you're susceptible to double moves because you have to be aggressive as a defensive back.
They took advantage of the fourth corner, if you will, for the Dolphins with their starter Daniels out, the reserve who started for him, Goodman, out in this game, and there's Welker decked at the 20 by Brad Smith. So Eddie Jackson gets twisted around, and Lavernius Coles now has 8 career touchdowns against Miami. Had his first of his career, had his first multi-touchdown game of his career, also came against the Dolphins, and it's his first 50-plus yard reception, if you will, since he was a Redskin. Started with the Jets, went to the Skins, back to the Jets. Only the 4th time in his career he's had a pass over 50 yards, a pass play.
Jim, we told everybody about his right hand, how swollen it is, and this tough guy just doesn't come out of the lineup.
Knocked down Ronnie Brown.
And now it's put the Dolphins, I think, in a situation that they probably need to keep the game at a fast pace. And I'm almost surprised they didn't come out in a little 2-minute offense just to change the rhythm.
Sean Ellis with that last hit that set the Dolphins back a couple of yards. That was your first reaction. The pace of this game is going to change now, what you said. There's the pass play right on target with Hagan.
Derek Hagan trying to get some emotion, getting excited. Good job on the outside, getting by Justin Miller in a tough throw for Joey Harrington, but he puts it right on the money.
They spot him, and on the replay you could tell the knee was down, so he didn't give the full stretch to Hagan. And it's just inches shy of the first.
Yeah, they haven't been, they've missed it twice in big situations. What will they do this time? Misdirection.
Both times they tried to run it with Brown and get that tough yard. He'll go that way again. This time he gets it in a whole lot more to the 40. Ball squirts out well after the fact. 10-yard run.
Well, that was a good run that time to the right side. Vernon Carey, boy, he just knocks his man back and allows Ronnie Brown just to get a full head of steam and go forward.
There's Harrington with 67 yards, picked twice in the first quarter. One was not his fault at all, right into the arms of Chambers, bounced out and was picked. The second one was. Trying to avoid a sack. Here he's wide of the mark, looking for Welker. Welker has had a quiet day in the receiving end. He came in as the top receiver in the league without a touchdown catch. 27 catches for a receiver. He had Reggie Bush in front of him, but he was coming out of the backfield. No catches for Welker today.
Well, he was wide open, Jim. Joey Harrington just has to take his time, let it develop a little more, and put the ball on the money. When you're throwing deep outside routes, don't anticipate, see it, then throw it.
2nd and 10. Morris with the run. Fumble on the end of this one, and the Jets are jumping around like they have it. And they do.
The Jets right now just showing a lot more toughness than the Miami Dolphins. That's what it is. Nick Saban frustrated. He should be. 3 weeks on the road. No excuse.
Watch 54, Hobson. Remember, he had a pick early in this game. Now he's got a fumble recovery to go along with it. Knocked loose by Rashad Moore, who they claimed off of waivers just days before the start of the regular season. So Hobson with 2 takeaways.
You know, and Jim, sometimes it is. It's about effort. And the Jets are just giving out more effort than the Miami Dolphins, and it shows 13-3.
Barlow behind Mangold. And Zach Thomas on the tackle.
And I'm telling you, too, we've talked about it a lot, but I'm just going to say it one more time. The Jets, I'm impressed. The philosophy, the scheme, it is just, how do you get a handle on it? Even the Dolphin players said it. You got to be careful. They do so much movement, so many different formations. Don't get caught looking at all that. Try to figure out what the play is going to be.
Final minute of the third quarter. That's zipping along, and that pass influenced certainly by the pressure applied by Jason Taylor.
Yeah, I think this would influence me if I was playing quarterback. Number 99 on the outside. That's a good job by Chad Pennington, just getting rid of the football. That time the Jets get confused, make mistakes on who's going to block who. That's why Jason Taylor was untouched.
Jason Taylor telling us last night we're so close. That's what makes it all the more frustrating, although they're not close in this one.
No, he won't feel like that. This game continues the same way.
Down 10. Brad Smith wide to the left. 3rd down and 7. Pennington steps up now, flings it, and the catch is made. Coles pulls it in for the 1st down. Bobbled it for a moment, but it goes for 9 and a first.
That play went from a sack, looked like the football was going to be intercepted, and then Lavernius Coles just keeps fighting for the football and gets the catch.
Out battles Ronaldo Hill for the ball too, Phil.
That's what it is. He just took it. He just beat him to the football. And good job by Chad Pennington stepping up in the pocket.
That's the end of the quarter. That is some combo. Pennington and Coles. They came in together, and they continue to get it done as a tandem going to the 4th. Up 10, the Jets. You're watching the NFL on CBS.
America.
You pick the phone, you fix the monthly bill, so you always know what's coming. You fix from T-Mobile.
As well as being a thirst-quenching soft drink,
Yes, that's right, Dave.
a Sprite is also a sort of goblin. This Sprite is not so refreshing at a festival. And it definitely hasn't got any taste. Try new Sprite Z. Great Sprite taste, 0 added sugar.
Can't say how thankful I am for all the success I've had. It's a dream come true.
Back to throw. He's going to throw it to the end zone. Touchdown! What a throw by Brett Favre. He shoveled the ball forward as he was going down.
That's just such heads-up veteran play by Brett Favre.
He flipped it into the end zone backhand. What a lunge by Brett Favre. I've never seen anything like it.
This is the best thing that's happened in Green Bay in a long time.
Jets fans are Loving the way the third quarter unfolded.
We were just kidding last week. All right.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
That was some joke. They have rebounded, though.
They have, and it's...
Look at Brad Smith lined up in the shotgun here, Phil.
Chad Pennington split wide to the right.
And a little foul on the snap. Plowing ahead, it's Leon Washington. They pick up a cool 6.
Well, it does just what the Jets hoped it would with Brad Smith. Took the quarterback sneak. He's back in the backfield, kind of running the pro version of the option. And Dom Capers, the defensive coordinator. There's Brad Smith here, Chad Pennington down here. I asked him about it, and he says, well, we had to spend time every single day at practice working on all the special plays that Brad Smith might run. So that's what the Jets hope to accomplish, really.
Second down and 4. Washington chased down the line and able at the end to go ahead and find 2 or 3 yards that the Dolphins did not shut off. Broke away from Crowder and Bell to pick up a couple of valuable yards, pick up enough to make it 3rd and a yard to go.
Yeah, I think once again, though, Jim, you could see Leon Washington, as you look on the field, you go, wow, he's not very big, but he's tough. Hold on.
Jets hurry to the line.
Got a little confusion here.
Confusion, but no flag.
And you know, to go back to that Brad Smith play, Jim, when you're the future opponent of the New York Jets, you got to think, well, okay, they did this week, that the previous week, and all of a sudden you got about 8 or 10 different situations of plays that he might run. And believe me, I've seen it when Cordell Stewart was with the Pittsburgh Steelers. It takes time, a lot of time off of your day, your schedule, and practice just to go over all those little situations because you don't want to be caught off guard.
You know, when we talked to Chad this week, he got into great detail about how, you know, with the time he had off last year, his throwing motion had been tweaked. He saw a flaw in his mechanics.
The offense substituted into a no huddle. The defense has a right to match up before the play starts. There's no foul on the play. 3rd down.
He saw through a lot of tape of Breeze, of Elway, that he was not using his core. Do you see a difference with the way he throws the football?
You know, I looked at a lot of film, tried to figure it out. I couldn't, listen, a lot of times it's how it feels to him. And I think the big thing is, I do notice that he is throwing the football harder now than he did a couple years ago. Is it a big difference? No, but there's no doubt it's a little firmer and has a little more velocity as I watch it come out of his hand. Watch the quick snap.
Okay, yep. You never know, do you? I was waiting for that one to be snapped direct back. Timeout called by the Jets. 3rd and 1 coming up.
Nissan wanted.
As well as being a thirst-quenching soft drink,
Yes, that's right, Dave.
a Sprite is also a sort of goblin. This Sprite is not so refreshing at a festival. And it definitely hasn't got any taste.
Here we go. Right and left and right and right. Left and right and right and left.
Try new Sprite Z. Great Sprite taste, 0 added sugar.
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Pretty glassy out here today, huh?
Yeah, pretty calm.
What's Jonathan Chicho doing out here?
He's just here to remind you the hockey season started.
Jonathan Chicho scores!
Live and exclusive Major League Baseball on NASN gets even closer to the World Series as we bring you live coverage of the Championship Series. The 4 best teams in baseball battle it out for a shot at the World Series in a best-of-7, and NASN will bring you all the action live. The MLB Championship Series live and exclusive on NASN. Log on to NASN.com for scheduling and information.
3rd and 1 coming up. If they're able to take this drive all the way to the end zone, could possibly put this game out of reach with the way that Miami's never been able to light a fire on that offense. 1.5 into the final quarter. What will they do? They got the rookie Washington lined up in the backfield. Somebody a little jumpy. Flag is down. Pennington throws. Coles pulls it down for the touchdown. Waiting on the flag. May have been Holiday of the Dolphins jumping early. It is.
Number 91. Penalties decline. Touchdown.
Coming off the Morris fumble, they convert this time off the turnover.
That's right. You talked about Chad Pennington, Lavernius Coles. The Jets just wanted to throw it for about a 2 or 3 yard gain. But Lavernius Coles does not give up on the play. Chad Pennington knows that it might be, hey, he knows who he's got in the end zone. Throw it up there and give him a chance. And Lavernius goes over the top of Tillman and makes the catch.
Remember Coles telling us this week that with Chad, about 9 out of 10 times, if I want something, he gets it to me. Another double touchdown game for Coles against the Dolphins. The lead at 20-3.
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
Pretty glassy out here today, huh?
Yeah, pretty calm.
What's Jonathan Chichu doing out here?
He's just here to remind you the hockey season started.
Jonathan Chichu scores!
You're watching NASN, the North American Sports Network, a new and exciting sports channel dedicated to the best in live North American sports 24/7. On NASN, you can experience over 100 live NFL games this season, plus the playoffs and the Super Bowl live. Watch up to 175 regular season NHL games and live postseason, including the Stanley Cup Finals. Feel the excitement of live Major League Baseball with up to 260 regular season games and exclusive coverage of the World Series. NASN also brings you an exclusive lineup of college sports with live college football and basketball. And with a daily lineup of sports news, talk shows, highlights, and analysis, NASN is your channel for the very best in live North American sports. Visit NASN.com for scheduling news and information.
At full volume, they had gone 106 offensive plays without a touchdown, and now they've had 2 in their last 7 snaps. Coles over 100 for the 3rd time this year. 2 touchdowns in this game. And Welker hit by Smith. He can do a lot of different things. There's evidence there. Countdown continues to South Florida Super Bowl 41. Looking back, though, at the Orange Bowl in 1969. Shula's Colts, Eubanks Jets, Namath's guaranteed. Snell from 4 yards out. Jets with 4 picks, and they win it. 16-7, first title for the AFL. We're heading to South Florida for the game, 111 days away on CBS. Harrington comes out flinging, and that's Chambers breaking a tackle. Running back middle to the 43. One of the biggest plays of the day for Miami. Biggest pass play anyway. Only exceeded overall by the Bronny Brown 26-yard rush.
Yeah, it's an excellent throw by Joey Harrington and Chris Chambers breaking a tackle and picking up some yards. The Dolphins just try to do something positive. It's not even about winning the game right now. Just make some plays. See what happens.
That one went for 24. More yardage here with McMichael. Randy McMichael had his best game of the season last week against the Patriots with 6 catches, 84 yards. Got 4 grabs in this one.
You know, Jim, I thought the best thing the Dolphins did last week against the Patriots was the no-huddle offense. They executed it very well.
Second yard, and that pass dangerous in the area of Hagan.
You know, everybody, the Dolphins preseason ranked so high by so many experts and such
a lot
tremendous.
of talk. They may host that Super Bowl game we're talking about, Super Bowl 41. You know,
the expectations were unrealistic, and all that's talked about, the quarterback situation. But as you watch them play, you realize, and we get caught up in it too, there's more to it. There's more problems, more to get corrected than just a quarterback playing better.
3rd down and a yard to go. They'll move the chains with this one. We saw Culpepper for a moment there. No one really knows for sure how long it'll be before Culpepper goes back through this second dose of rehab, if you will, to get the mobility, to get that explosiveness back that Saban seeks.
Yeah, that's right. And I don't, just because they struggle today, and if they do lose, don't expect to see Dante Culpepper in the starting lineup next week.
Pass thrown behind Chambers. Harrington was in a limbo stretch, if you will, for about 2 months. In March, it was pretty clear now he was not going to be going back to Detroit. They signed Kitna, they signed Josh McCown, and they told Harrington, go see if you can make a deal out there with someone. So he paid a couple of visits. He went to Cincinnati, went down to Miami, but he said he wanted to go somewhere where he thought he might be able to really play. And you know, both situations had quarterbacks, with Culpepper already traded to the Dolphins. Palmer coming off the knee, where you weren't sure if the starting quarterback would be ready week 1. Harrington this time has Hagan, and the rookie slices 2 defenders, takes it inside the 20. It's kind of interesting, though. Harrington made a phone call to Carson Palmer. He says, we're good friends. They go back to their Pac-10 days together, and said, Carson, are you going to be ready week 1? He says, I will be playing
Absolutely.
week 1.
Well, this is a good drive right here by the Miami Dolphins with over 11 minutes to go and 3 timeouts. You score here, you make the Jets keep playing. And a field goal is important too, to get it down to 2 scores.
Hagan had it for a moment, and then he took the hit from Coleman.
Yeah, it's a drop. They've had a few big drops today. You talked about it. One led to an interception by the New York Jets. Hagan dropped a big one down the sideline and could have led to a score.
Jim Nantz and Phil Simms, we welcome you to the Jets and Dolphins 4th quarter. Those of you who are watching the Pittsburgh-Kansas City game, Dolphins trying to find the end zone for the first time today. It's Welker's first reception, and it goes for short yardage. This was a 3-0 New York lead at halftime, but in the second half, the Jets combo of Pennington and Coles warmed up, and they've hooked up twice for touchdowns, one for 58 yards to break this game to 20-3.
Well, Jim, you go 3rd and 8. If the Dolphins don't get this first down, if they don't get a first down, I would expect them to kick the field goal.
Going to need the 3 scores anyway. Harrington, Hagan has it. The second time on this drive, the rookie hauls one in. Boy, he's a good-looking prospect, this kid out of Arizona State who had 27 touchdown grabs.